The households with the families where every single parent involved is working full time. How are we doing it? How are we doing this? How are we doing the cooking, cleaning, working, all of it?
Hello, I am a working mom of 4 kids and my oldest kid is 8 years old, so I've been doing this for a little bit of time and I feel like I have some advice that might make it easier for couples who are trying to figure out how to manage a home, kids, and their careers. Okay, so we're gonna go rapid fire here, and I will say I am a bit type A, so some of this is gonna be very structure and organization oriented, but that's just how my brain operates. So first and foremost, my number one tip is to do a little bit of everything every single day. And what I mean by that is try not to let things pile up for the weekend. An example of this would be laundry. Laundry piles up very, very quickly, especially when you have kids. And if you save it all for the weekend, it feels incredibly overwhelming. And my husband and I used to try to do it all on Saturday and Sunday, and we were burnt out by the end of the day. And what we do now instead is we do a little bit every single day. So every single kid in our family has an assigned day. On their assigned day, they bring their laundry downstairs, and I start the load before we even have breakfast. And so by the time we are done getting ready for school, it is ready to go in the dryer. I move it to the dryer before we leave to the bus. We have now officially done 1 load of laundry. When we come home, we will fold it, we will put it away, the kids will do that. 1 load a day instead of 8 over the weekend. No one's really gonna like this one, but get up before your kids. I wake up a little bit before my kids, not very much, like 30, 40 minutes before my kids, just so I can come downstairs, make breakfast, make lunches, pack backpacks, do all of that, just to make my morning run smoother and not have to do that plus get kids ready. And so I lose a little bit of sleep, but I save some of my sanity. Now, I just talked about lunches. I said make lunches, but what I actually do for lunches is I make them the day before. Always, always, always make them the day before. Snacks, I'll do the morning of. But I make lunches sometimes when I'm cooking dinner, try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. When I'm cooking dinner, I will also make the lunch for my kids. That way I'm not doing too much. And sometimes if you have dinner leftovers, that just becomes lunch. Just take that, use that for lunch. Also, honestly, anything you can do the day before, do it. Whether it's filling water bottles, filling a backpack, preparing your lunch, whatever you need to do, if you can do it the night before, your life is just gonna feel so much better when you wake up in the morning, because the morning is always a mad dash to get out the door. This might be better for older kids, but make the best use of your time. If they have a day off from school and you can book dentist and doctor's appointments on the same day, do it. Also, what's that saying, like, don't put off for tomorrow what can be done today? I apply this to certain things, like, for example, my kids' backpacks. We don't come home and drop them and empty them later. The second we walk in the door, the kids take their backpacks off, they empty them, they put their lunch boxes in the sink to be washed, they put their shoes away, they hang up their coats. We don't dump things and then deal with them later. And I apply this to a lot of things, like the dishes. The dishes don't stay in the sink. We make breakfast, we clean the dishes, put them in the dishwasher. We never leave something that can be done right then and there, because when you do, it piles up far too quickly. Also, this one seems obvious, but a shared calendar. A shared calendar will be your saving grace, especially with young kids as they get older and have activities and school closures and all of those things. Having a shared calendar where everyone has everything and it's color-coded is so helpful. The big one is you and your partner have to be on the same page about all of these things. Your partner has to be just as involved in all of this as you are, because if there are 2 people working full-time and there's kids in a home and one person is mostly in charge of the mental load of managing all of that, you will get burnt out very, very quickly. And so it requires 2 people who are fully engaged in participating in the house, the kids, and your careers. Also, it's really important to find time for yourself. I know that has nothing to do with the laundry, the cooking, the cleaning, any of that stuff, but block time on your calendar, have your partner do bedtime one night and you do it the next night, so you both get equal time to just spend on yourself, not just doing chores and going to work. If you have the ability to do so, outsource what you can. If you can outsource house cleaning once in a while, if you can do a meal delivery kit so it makes dinner easier, outsource what you can. If you can't, then don't. Obviously, it's not available to everybody, but if you can, small little things help. Anyways, I hope that was helpful. This is just some things that I've learned over the years, and obviously not everything is going to apply or work for every family, but this works for ours. I do also want to note that depending on whether you work in an office, work from home, maybe your partner travels, all of these things are different. There's a lot of nuance here, but figuring out systems that work for your family is going to be so incredibly helpful as you continue to navigate parenthood and your careers.